Alrighty. Hi everybody, this is Dawson. I'm back with another Marvel Cinematic Universe movie review for you today. Today I'm going to be reviewing the seventh MCU movie, Iron Man 3, directed by Shane Black, and is the first installment in Phase 2 of the MCU. And the film stars Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle, Guy Pearce, Rebecca Hall, William Sadler, and Jon Favreau and Ben Kingsley. And I'm going to be kind of short with this review because I have to go to work, so I thought I'd have time to film this review, so yeah. The basic plot of Iron Man 3, according to the internet, is as follows. In the film, Tony Stark grapples with the consequences of the events of the Avengers from the previous movie during a national terrorism campaign on the United States led by the mysterious Mandarin. And that's the basic plot of Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3. Well, Iron Man 3 was the first installment in Phase 2 of the MCU. This was made after the success of the Avengers back in 2013, or back in 2012. And in 2013, we got Iron Man 3, which is the third installment in the Iron Man trilogy. It's the seventh film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And most people didn't really like Iron Man 3 when it came out. It was directed by Shane Black, who we all know directed Predator. And so people were skeptic when Shane Black signed on to direct Iron Man 3. Most people enjoyed Iron Man 3. Some people did not like Iron Man 3. I do think Iron Man 3 is a good MCU movie. It's not a great MCU movie. I think there are some flaws to it. And we'll get into those in a second. But Iron Man 3, I think, really kickstarted Phase 2 of the MCU because it was after the events of the Avengers. Tony Stark is still grappling with the consequences of it when he, flew the giant rocket into the space hole, and now he's suffering the consequences. So you kind of feel for Tony Stark in this movie because he's been through a lot of traumatic trauma after the Avengers, and there's a new threat called the Mandarin that he has to deal with, and all of that. So, I like Iron Man 3. I mean, I saw Iron Man 3 in theaters back in 2013, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't have any, I do have a few quibbles with it, and we'll get into those in a second. But, I think Shane Black's direction of the film is great. Parts of the plot kind of feel a little off, but it's still a good plot. I think Robert Downey Jr. does a great job as Tony Stark's Iron Man. Gwyneth Paltrow plays Pepper Potts in this film. I think she does great. Don Cheadle does great. Guy Pearce does great. Jon Favreau. Ben Kingsley. Rebecca Hall makes an appearance. Rebecca Hall's in this movie. So, yeah. If I did have any quibbles with this movie, I didn't really like the villain, Guy Pearce. I think Guy Pearce was kind of a weak villain. But, excuse me. I didn't really like him as the villain. Guy Pearce still did a great job as the villain, but I just think his motive for being the villain was, I mean, sure, Tony Stark, he was kind of mean to him back in, what was it? Back in 1999 when, he's trying to offer Tony a spot in his job, and Tony Stark kind of rejects him. So you do feel for him, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan's great. Don Cheadle as James Rhodes is great, which this is the movie we finally see him don the Iron Patriot suit. It's kind of a red, white, and blue suit, and it looks great. I was not too fond of Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin. I think he's the other villain in this movie. I think Ben Kingsley's a good actor, but I don't think he was meant to play the Mandarin in this movie. That's not to say Ben Kingsley didn't do good in this movie, but yeah. You've got Paul Bettany as Jarvis returns. He's great. You've got a hilarious cameo from Mark Ruffalo at the ending with the post-credit scene. That was kind of funny. Ty Simpkins as Harley, the little kid that assists Tony Stark when he breaks down. Yeah. So, overall, Iron Man 3, it's a great movie. I don't have any problems with it. It's the first movie in the Phase 2 of the MCU. And I don't have any problems with it. So, overall, I really enjoyed Iron Man 3. I can't wait to see if they make another Iron Man movie, which I highly doubt they will. I'm curious to see what they do with it. And so, on my rating scale for Iron Man 3, I'm going to give it an overall grade of a 4.5 out of 5 stars. So, Iron Man 3. Great, really good movie. And that's my review of Iron Man 3. So, next time on MCU movie review, I will be back to talk about the 8th installment in the MCU, where we finally get back with Thor and Thor the Dark World. So, this is Dawson. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below. And I'll see you next time.